All right. Everybody, welcome to session 20. You guys are currently picking up from when you just got off of Entha. Uh, you have had a really eventful half of a day. Uh, and you're all in the cockpit as you hit orbit and then farther out. And then within seconds, the Wintermorn and then you hit the drift. Your current Astrogate route towards Absalom Station to take not only you all back, but also Shan. And there's this moment of like high energy whenever you make it out that settles into a feeling that you are all familiar with. Because you're familiar with how empty the void is. And this isn't your first rodeo, despite the excitement of the last day. You now know that it's essentially sitting on your hands until you get to where you're going. How are you guys feeling? And do you think that there's anything you guys want to kind of do in the aftermath of this?
Uh, Bug is for sure checking everyone over.
Yeah, most everybody is injured in some capacity. Even I think Shan still has like a point or two of damage. But if you try to sort of check her over, I feel like she waves you off in favor of sending to the people who are more fucked up in your crew than her. Um, but you definitely can. Everybody's HP is pretty banged up. Uh, as far as healing it, you know that the majority of this is going to be either serums of healing or just bed rest.
Yeah, I think because mechanically Bug doesn't have anything outside of serums to help HPs,
Yeah.
they're doing like kind of like the surface level stuff, like preventative care, like doing bandages, disinfecting,
Yeah, splints and stuff.
setting. Yeah.
Which I think makes a lot of sense considering, you're not technically using your serums, your medicines, just hoping to usher them along the right path to heal it the old-fashioned way.
Yep.
The doc told Odessa to get rest.
Yeah.
Doctor's orders, literally.
Yeah, literally.
From our RP.
Stay sat.
So he's reluctantly trying to get rest.
Yep. I feel like Bug is also doing that thing where like every like hour, 2 hours, they're like coming into Odessa's room to be like, "Are you okay? Do you need anything?"
I'm fine. And look, I'm still perfectly sat. Not moved at all, just like you said. Which is so boring. But I'm doing it.
Would you like some form of entertainment?
If only I had something to pass the time.
I feel like Bug doesn't even respond to that and goes to like Judge and Ken asking what makes people not bored.
Real.
Ken would look at Bug and like think really hard. And then think a little bit harder and just say, I have VODs. Do you like fishing? Poker?
Does
Uno?
Odessa like poker? Bug is asking that to the other two.
I mean, I don't think Odessa would hate poker. I mean,
Even toddlers like poker.
yeah, sure.
We will bring her poker.
Best line in fiction.
Ken like stares for a second with real cards.
They just kind of shrug.
We could play some poker, and we're gonna be in Drift for a while.
Ken goes to Nico to upload poker to his programming.
Alright, that feels a little bit like cheating.
Count the cards, boy. Count the cards, let your mama win. Ken would never say that. Yeah, no, I think Ken would let Nico do that so he could play with everybody, including her. Including her.
Yeah.
You,
The robot's gonna kick her ass too. It's equality.
we love equality.
I like to imagine whenever everyone shows up to Odessa's room for poker, Bug just opens the door. You will not be bored.
You brought everyone to my room. Oh, you're the best.
We were told there would be poker.
Well, there are much worse ways to pass the time. I would love to play some poker.
It's true.
Alright,
We will
I'll
play
deal.
poker for a week.
We get really good
Oh.
at poker by the end of this week.
You should invite Shan to play with us.
Oh, hell yeah.
Shan.
1 second, I'm looking to see if no, Gamble does not have a downtime activity. No money is passed unless we want to do rollies against each other, but there's no new money added to the pot. Yeah, I do have a question, because if this is in response to like the RP and this is in response to like potentially Odessa multiple days convalescing, which by the way, this would be your only downtime Odessa's convalescing, but you would heal twice as much over the course of this journey, because you guys don't get topped off. You have to heal over time like in Pathfinder. But like when is this like taking place then? Because this is kind of nebulous.
Maybe liftoff.
Yeah, because I was imagining Bug seeing everyone and seeing Odessa specifically in that RP was happening pretty much as soon as they were able to after lifting off.
Okay. Then you would actually probably find Shan still kind of hanging out in the cockpit. She kind of has this like, I was gonna put this in a scene where you would find this out a bit more organically, but she looks a little bit out of place. Not like she doesn't feel comfortable, but it's like she is like, well, what do I do? We just killed a CEO and smashed through a barricade.
Yeah.
I kind of think that this is even more real. I think this is another day to the misfortune.
Yeah, that you do this all the time. You know what I mean?
We all kill
Okay.
CEOs. Let's get you some fruit.
If Jen has like a real like uncertain kind of look, their judge is gonna kind of like roll, be like, "Come on, it'll be fine. We've done much worse on much more populated planets."
I mean, if you think I'm worried about the law, I think we have reason enough to have taken her out. I guess feels anticlimactic to sit in a box for a week now.
It's a fancy box.
It is. It's really nice, really homey, actually.
Mhm.
You take care of it well. But I haven't been on a ship in, God, like 3 years.
Judge feels very proud whenever she's like, "It's a fancy box." She's like, "Damn right it is."
Yeah.
Something I wanted to point out in this downtime too that I actually think is really fun is that like Shan obviously like thinks the misfortune like looks nice, right? But most of your reaction since you've gotten like her, right, the misfortune, is the idea of like, oh my god, it's so new, it's so shiny, it's like top of the line, this is that and the other. But you guys have kind of been through a lot with the misfortune now. And so it feels really lived in. Like the scratches and the scrapes and the way that you guys have like changed around some of the bays, how you can kind of tell the places that like are more frequented because of how you guys have been living in this place up pretty long term now. And I think that's something really cool to notice. But if you rope Shan into playing poker, I think that Shan would, under the guise that there's no money being put down. That's like her caveat.
Fine, no money, but we're at least gonna play 5-card stud, and
You-
Judge breaks the deck.
Shan is just like, you think me, a blue collar worker, is gonna have the kind of money that fucking space mercs have? Come on.
I don't.
We play for pennies in this household.
Whoever wins gets first right to a bath. How about that?
There we go. First dibs.
That's a very coveted prize.
Yeah, okay.
And given Captain there is bedridden, we have a higher chance of I know we're not doing rolls or anything, but this is just a fun thing. Judge is 100% gonna try and cheat.
100% you are. Jinx's bad influence
gotta
on you.
try.
Fucking
I feel
using her compartment arm to like hide aces.
I feel like at one point Bug tries to justify their spiders being their own players.
Ah! That's pretty good.
Judge being like, listen, I'm fine with them being here, but the fact is they cannot hold the cards. That should be the minimum requirement.
If they try really hard, they can move them.
Moving the cards isn't the problem.
They can't even hide the
You're just
cards. The cards are just
arachnophobic.
on the floor. We can see them.
Arachnophobia, the lot of you.
And pulling out Nico, and it's like, okay, sweetie, have a good time.
Where did you pull Nico out of?
Her cooch.
Backpack.
I don't know, the hall.
Out of her bag like a
with
first
her at all
dog.
times.
Nico is bundled up like a babushka baby.
Literally.
Him bundled up in a million blankets. Ken, okay, try to have fun. Play with Auntie. Aunties. There's so many of them.
Full disclosure, Nico also does try to cheat.
Yeah.
God bless.
You gotta try.
Nico is 100% counting cards. I know you made that joke earlier. You can't tell me a virtual intelligence wouldn't do that.
I can't. He's counting cards. I'm sorry, gang. He's counting.
Counting cards. He's
Judge,
gotta count.
like all of us catching Nico counting cards, and Judge like, who could he have learned this from? As she slips an ace from her sleeve into her hand.
I actually think that Nico's response would be, "It's not my fault you can't remember as good."
Wow. Wow. Okay, I see how it is. We were playing for funds. Fucking take every penny to your name.
Pennies were outdated in pre-gap era.
Ah, you know what I mean.
Single cred.
It's not even like on the table. It's like in like a Venmo like pot situation on an app. You know what I mean?
That's so lame. I love it. The
It
idea
is
of,
lame.
like,
It's because all of your money are on USB drives.
Yeah,
You haven't touched a paper dollar ever.
Yup.
no, never. Why would I? That's lame. That's so
I'm not a-
silly.
It's so
I'm
unsanitary.
not a fucking historian.
Yeah. But yeah, you guys play poker. If you guys want to do rollies to see if you guys like bet anything or if people win anything,
yeah.
we can
had
also
anything
do
to
a
gamble.
we could also do like a everybody rolls a d20 and whoever is highest won the
Oh,
pot.
I
But
like
we
that.
have to decide how much everybody bets.
I like that.
Oh, I was going to. Panini, you should choose a number and whoever gets closest to it wins.
Ooh.
I like that too.
That is true, because then you wouldn't know. You know what? I do like that. That's better than high number is good.
Ooh, this is fun.
Okay,
Uh,
I'm not gonna roll for the NPCs then, because Shan's not betting money and Nico has no money.
Okay.
Who has
Uh,
money?
Judge is gonna put 10 credits in.
Nico has money. He has an allowance, remember?
I'm making this easier for everybody. I can't not. I'm the one with the number. I can't roll.
Bug is gonna put in 69 credits.
Nice.
Nice.
That's
And is
really
going to put in
good.
420 credits.
Oh my
Ken
god.
420. Nice.
I'll also
Oh, I
put in.
hope.
I'll also put in 69.
Okay, on top of the 10.
Yeah, scratch the 10, just 69. It's
Okay.
funnier.
Odessa, how much money are you putting into the pot?
Odessa sees people put in 69 credits and just kind of huffs and goes, "You are all so childish," and then also puts in 69 credits.
Yeah.
Salute. That's my captain.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Let me tally this up. This is gonna be chump change to y'all, but it's funny.
It's real funny.
Okay, so the total is 627 credits. Everybody go ahead and roll your dice, and then put
Is
it
it
into
just
chat.
a flat number?
Yeah, flat d20.
Okay.
I already rolled.
I
Here's
can't
my
tell where
screenshot.
it is.
It's in the corner. It's a 1.
Oh
This
shit.
is so funny. Okay, so the number I picked because I thought it would be really funny was 1, and both of you got it. Which I think I'm gonna do like a let's do like maybe like a second round with just y'all, and you guys can raise
Oh shit.
69.
69 more.
This is funny because the reason I had Bug put in 69 is because I currently have 5,469. So if I got rid of that, it would be a perfectly even number.
Mm-hmm.
So they're just gonna put in 100.
Okay, Slay.
796.
Swag, I was also doing it. Okay, calculator. Ho, I see you. Okay, I'm gonna pick a different number. Both of you guys go ahead and roll.
Right? Went from one end of the spectrum to
69.
the other.
69.
Oh, I got 69!
I got 69. Okay, so the
It
number
all
that I
comes
picked
back up.
this time was 10. So Ken, you win the pot of
Yeah!
796 credits,
Good game, good game.
which is not anything to snuff at. If I'm honest with you, that's almost 1,000.
Mm-hmm. It's really good.
More than half of that is Ken's own money, though.
Yeah.
Yes. She did get her cash back.
And she doubled it at least.
Yeah.
Stupendous. How much was it? 769? Let's go.
Did you already take out the 420 and the 69?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Then you would add 796.
Hello?
Definitely could see this being a very fun day for the crew.
Oh yeah, cards are being thrown.
Odessa sees Judge cheating and like pinches her fucking ear and says, "Take it out of your arm component now."
Okay,
Get it out.
okay. Judge just kind of lifts up her hand. You see the component, and just a bunch of aces fall out.
Yeah.
Tango Judge.
What?
If you cheat while we're playing cards again in my room, I'm kicking you out.
Okay.
No piloting
okay.
privilege for a week.
Okay.
understand?
I hear you. Listen, you can take the girl away from Akaton, but you can't take the Akaton out of the girl.
I'm
Real.
also from Akiton Judge. Did you forget?
3 out of
Then you
4
should
of the
know.
party members are from Akiton.
Then you
I'm
should
also
know
from
how it's
Akron,
supposed
I
to
didn't do
go.
that.
You didn't grow up in the same parts.
What parts
I-
did you grow up in?
Parts where we Cheeto cards.
Not as good as Nico.
It's true. He did cheat better
Yeah.
than you.
Well, he is an actual. He has a computer for a brain. That's a bit.
Don't
That's
you
a bit
also?
more. No, there's flesh there.
A computer is still a computer.
She should
Both.
be smarter, but it's just the fault of cheating. It's bad karma.
Listen, at the end of the day, I didn't win anything, so it's fine.
Yeah, because you cheated.
I didn't cheat good enough.
You will have to up your game for the next one.
Oh, damn right I will.
During all of this, with the same awkwardness. Yeah, Ken being like, that's so funny. With the same awkwardness of like opening a fridge in a house that isn't yours, Shan goes and like makes jailbroken nachos in Ken's Mark III
Yeah.
colonizer.
That's awesome.
Because you guys have that, you can make any food you want as long as you have the rations to turn it into that.
Trash can nachos.
Yeah.
Slay.
Hell yes. Do you guys think that you guys do anything in particular with your downtime? Judge, I know that you're also hurting for HPs, so you honestly should
Yes.
probably convalesce.
I am
Yeah.
just convalescing, and I will just visit with people as they come to visit me.
Judge does two things. Well, she convalesces, of course, to, help regain HP. She's very hurt. But a day or so into it, like in between, because I think she probably gets very tired of just staying in her room. This is when she does go from person to person, asking if they got any a spare clothing they'd be willing to part with.
This is what you asked in the server.
What are you planning to do with all of our items?
I have a little arts and crafts project I want to work on.
You can have my old clothes, but they need to be too big.
These will work perfectly. So nothing weird. It's just something. I don't know. It's something fun.
Do you want my earrings or do you want my dress?
No, I won't say no to the earrings. Those are tight as fuck.
They are pretty good, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
And she hands you the snake earrings that she used to wear.
Hell yeah.
I think Ken would offer her jacket.
Thank you, thank you. All right, hopefully, by the time we get there, you'll see what I got planned. And then yeah, Judge is then gonna kick it in her room to start healing up.
Question for your god.
Yeah. What's up?
Do we gain all of our SP back on a long rest?
I believe so. I'll fact check it for you. Stamina points.
I hit long rest and did in fact gain all my SP back.
Uh, Come here. Let me look at you. I think so. Yeah, 8 hours of full uninterrupted
Nice.
sleep.
Nice.
I am 6 away from maxed out. Nice.
Nice. Did you include cause you missed one day to do your crafty thing, Judge?
Oh yes, yes. Then let me take off a couple.
Yeah, you would take off Snevin. So you guys are level 7. That's so crazy.
There we go. All right, fixed.
Level 7 and it's your problem.
Can we be level 20?
No, you guys won't
We
get to
don't
level
even
20 in
know
this
that
game.
yet.
But like we could though.
No. Well, you guys,
Yeah.
I could technically take you guys maybe up to like level 16, but probably not level 20. Anyway, what does everybody else want to do with their downtime who's not resting because they were injured?
I need to fix my son.
You do need to heal your son. It is true. I'm pretty sure you have the stuff to be able to fix your guy. I'm trying to find him. How to heal. Okay, yeah. Once per day, he can heal 10% of his HP maximum. I don't know how much HP he has. Where are you at?
He has a good amount. Thank you. Sorry.
It's okay. Awesome. So if you took 10 minutes every day to do that, because it's once per day. Okay, cool. Okay, awesome. Swag. So that's sorry, I'm looking at the sheet. So that would be 5, 6. You would be maxed up for Nico if you did just a little bit every day.
Nice.
Yeah.
I would like to tidy up and work out.
Hell yeah, brother, let's do that. Tidy upping is fun because that means that you can get money.
Gotta make up those poker losses.
Okay, swag. Roll a constitution or wisdom check for each day you want to do that. Oh, no, you can only do it once per week. Never mind. You can do one time.
Definitely con. $18.
18. You get an item worth 100 credits or less.
Ooh.
And it has to be negligible bulk. You find it. It's crammed under your mattress.
I forgot I had this.
And then working out. Awesome. Give me a fortitude save.
Good at those. $21.
You succeed. Do you want it to be acrobatics or athletics? Oh wait, no, wait, hold on. You can do either once per day. Because you
Yippee!
only get to pick one if you fail. Swag. Once per day you get to reroll one of those.
Nice.
And that will be for a week afterwards. For ease, we'll say it's going to be a week after you touch down, which will be the 20th of Farast. So it'll last all the way until the 27th of Farast. Awesome. I think that did anybody else have any other downtimes? I know sometimes when we're in space and there's no internet, it restricts our downtimes. So I'm just checking to make sure if people got everything they wanted to do.
I just wanted to triple check how many days downtime? How many days?
It's
sleep?
5.
5. Okay. I'm gonna 1, 2. Thank you. Was doing for my SP. Thank you.
Oh, your stamina points should be all the way up.
Yeah, they max out.
It's your HP that doesn't do that.
But now I have max HP because I had like no HP loss. The one that got the most hitting actually in the last episode was actually Nico.
Yeah, that's fair. But your SP should be fully maxed out because it maxes out every time you sneak.
Yes.
Yes. Swag.
Swag. We're so fucking set, gang.
So fucking
Yeah.
set. Heck yeah.
We're so fucking back.
I'm gonna pause really quick. All right. And with that, those 5 days of mostly rest, honestly, for everybody except for the occasional busying yourself and at least one of you going out of your way to make sure that like your guest doesn't feel too awkward. You all find your way back to Absalom Station. The beauty of Absalom and the beauty of the Starstone is the fact that it is always so easy to come home, right? And you are back to your, I would honestly say, base at this point. You guys are kind of based around Absalom Station at this point, especially because of like Tarika's location. And you come in and you find some parking. Judge, I would love for you to give me a piloting check.
Ooh, I always love these.
It's literally you're so good at it that it's literally just to see if you botch it. You know what I mean?
That's a nat 20 plus 16, so 36.
Oh, that's so awesome. Yeah, you get down really quickly. Also, fun fact for everybody, that's actually how you decide how long it takes for liftoff and landing is the roll.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, because landing can take between 30 minutes to 2 hours, and that's like a big difference in time. And I keep track of your days, not by like, okay, this thing is done, a full day is gone. I track it by the 30-minute and hour marks. I hit the buttons to make it go fast. But, beside the point, you slide right in to a spot that I feel like it's very in character for me, for Judge to have like a spot that he likes the most. You know what I mean? Like she finds like, this is my spot, and if it's empty, I'm always here, and if it's not empty, I'm mad. You know what I mean?
Lucky spot number 13, baby.
And you guys get ready to load off. Waiting by the doors, I think in a fashion that makes sense, is Shan with her little data pad, kind of already doing the same thing that she's kind of been doing this whole time, which is like skimming and like going through and readjusting all of the information and the videos and the pictures that you all gave her the chance to take. And you guys come up onto Drifter's End, which is a place you guys have been before. That's where the arcade is. And there's these sort of like big flashing like Technicolor neon lights as she looks to all of you with this kind of like excited but relieved smile as she gestures to the data pad and says, I should probably run over to talk to the Xeno Wardens, maybe some Starfinders.
Probably would be a good idea to go maybe see your mom first
Well,
before you go right back before you go right back into work.
It's not work. I'll see her right after. I just it would be a weight off my conscience if I just dropped this off first. Are you guys gonna be there at my mom's house?
Most likely, I imagine.
Should we not be?
Do you not
No,
want
you
us
can be there. I was when you interrupted me and wanted to I was trying to ask where you guys were gonna go. I was just, curious.
I was gonna go get my hair done and drink. Those are my plans.
I mean, that works too. I can text you guys later.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, for sure. Go
That
do
sounds
your planet saving stuff.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Right.
You did something really big. You should be proud of yourself.
I mean, we all did. We all did it. I really couldn't have done it without you guys. And for a minute, it didn't look like I was gonna. So thank you. And I'll make sure to tell all the big fancy named people that as well.
Well, I won't act humble about that because we do need money. Always.
We keep getting cleaned out in poker games.
Never ends, huh? But I'll be seeing you. And after that kind of really sweet, but a little bit awkward goodbye, she's going to kind of run off towards the Spire, which is this very specific spot. It's not the Spike, which is an area of Absalom Station. The Spire is specifically the headquarters of like the Starfinder Society. And nearby that, there is also like liaisons for the Xeno Wardens, because even though Absalom Station is not like a planet, they usually have like embassies and ambassadors on most like hubs, so that they're really easy to reach. Same as like the stewards.
That's sick.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, would, given we're kind of free on the station for a bit, would it be okay if Judge showed off her little project that she was working on?
You definitely should.
Probably after they say goodbye, and I don't know if it'll be immediately after, but maybe after Judge goes and gets her hair done and gets piercings applied. She wants to. She kind of shows off what she was working on to the rest of her crew. She kind of pulls out of her bag, this at first very garish sight of a jacket, a yellow and red jacket, where it is very quickly identifiable. The red jacket was the jacket she got when she first joined this crew, and or one of them being like the jacket she got when he first joined the crew, and the yellow one being a very obviously much older jacket that she has cut down the center and sewed the two jackets together, and has used the outfit and clothing parts that her crew gave her to embellish and decorate the jacket. Here is a photo.
Oh my god!
Wow.
And I imagine as she's like showing it off, she's like, yeah, there's kind of whenever in the crowds I used to run in, whenever you kind of, you know, care for people and your crew and stuff, you kind of you a lot of people used to exchange like bits of clothing with each other, where, you know, just here's a torn off jacket sleeve, or here's a patch I don't wear anymore, and you just kind of make something out of it or add it to your own. And I don't know, I've just been inspired lately to kind of, you know, make something out of this crew.
I think Bug's expression doesn't change, but their skin does the little glitchy thing into a mix of pink and green. They are happy and a little bit flustered.
Mackenzie, do you want to go first?
You can go first.
I think Ken like looks for a minute, and thinks and says, if I knew how to do anything with sewing, I would probably ask that we could do the same all around the board, I suppose.
Oh, well, that's, yeah. I mean, I'm not really good at, you know. So I mean, look at this thing. It's kind of yeah, and you kind of see that it is being held together by bobby pins and like patches and shit. This
The
thing,
grace of God.
the grace of God is holding this thing together. Yeah, I mean, like, even if you're not, no one's really good at, you know, crafting ever. You just kind of fuck around until it looks good enough, and that's kind of the charm to it. But yeah, I mean, I'd be down for that. I mean, help punk up some of your guys' wardrobe.
Punk up some of our wardrobe.
Yeah, I mean,
I just think it would be nice to have mementos of everyone like this. This is a wonderful idea. I definitely agree with Ken.
Judge kind of slips on the jacket and starts kind of getting the flustered she gets whenever she's being too much of a softie, and she's like, all right, that's enough of y'all. I'm gonna go. I'm heading out.
Judge, you're showing us a jacket you made of our old belongings.
What? I can't. I gotta. Listen. I got my guy. He's got my piercings. I gotta get. You know. I gotta go.
Okay, well, have fun at your appointment.
Yeah. All right. Later. She walks away, hands in pockets, like fucking flustered and embarrassed.
I can still be cool.
Yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool.
I'm so fucking cool. Look how cool my jacket is. I'm so sick as fuck.
All right.
Ken just kind of like looks back and at everybody and is just like, is it too late to ask to come with her? I would like to get a new piercing.
If you ran after her right now, I don't think she would stop you. She'll probably
I'm
try to
not
act
going
all
to
tough
run.
about it.
I'm not going to run. I'll just call her.
Come back.
Come back.
Judge comes back once called.
Okay, now we can go. And then she just follows.
Oh
Real. awesome. I'm gonna touch base with with Odessa and Bug. What do you think you guys want to do in this kind of like free period?
This is actually gonna turn to Bug and kind of raise her eyebrows and go, so, did you have any appointments or plans?
I was thinking of the arcade, but otherwise I am free.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I was just gonna go to Rika's place.
Rika sounds nice. I like Rika.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what that. Oh, I
It
didn't
was a
realize the jacket was already
spoiler.
on there.
The little punk ass.
That's so
Little punk ass kid.
Yeah.
I'm also very interested, Ash, what kind of body mods were you wanting to do?
I'll have to think on that.
Yeah, feel free.
'Cause I
You
really
can get
could
back
do
to it.
that.
I'm very interested, though. I love whenever you guys do little aesthetic changes like that.
Judge is getting a very big aesthetic change for her. Fucking her, she's even getting her yellow stripe changed up.
No, she loves us.
No.
I would make a joke about how her face is full of metal now, but realistically, it always has been.
Always has, just even
Always has
more.
been.
Always has been.
She's gone to. I'd imagine she probably goes to the exact same guy for her body mods, like appearance wise, like exact same guy. It's always like, all right, what is it this time?
Literally taking a drag like Keanu on the balcony, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Knowing good and damn well he's about to spend 2 hours reworking on a fucking android.
Hell yeah. Okay, so Bug and Odessa, you're just gonna go over to Rika's house.
I believe so.
Important context. Do you text and or call to announce that you are visiting? I think that's a cultural and personal thing. I feel like it really could go either way. It just depends on what you think your character would do.
Man, I feel like Odessa thinks about it, and then once again turns to Bug and says, "What if this was a surprise visit?" Because I bet they'd be so happy to see us.
Bug gets their big bug smile. Yes.
Okay, let's go surprise them.
All right. You guys go up and you find this same little neighborhood over in the Spike. And you find that same sort of like squat 3-tiered building with the Hylax Church in the basement, Rika's apartment upstairs. And you go to kind of like buzz in. And whenever you see the door kind of like slide open, you see this thing happens that I think is really funny and also very fitting in Starfinder, where it's like the equivalent of like looking through the peephole and then peeking open the door before actually like opening the door. Like nobody just opens their door in Absalom Station. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you see whenever she peeps who is waiting, you see she perks up and she throws open the door and says, "Y'all didn't tell me you're back already?"
Hello, surprise.
Surprise!
Come in, sit down. Where's the rest of you?
The other two are busy getting a very important appointment. You understand, new piercings, body mods, and the like. Your daughter is away doing very important business, but promised that she would be around to see you after it was done.
I bet it's very important business. She sent me a couple messages when you guys are on your way back, so I get it. We're just gonna
She'll
have to
be
wait
here
for her to
before
show
you
up.
know it.
Well, you know. It'll feel more real when I can get eyes on her. You know how it is.
I know, I know. I promise you, though, we got her back safe and sound.
Well, come inside. I was having tea with Trax. We can come and catch up while we wait for the rest of yous and for the guest of honor to come back. And you see that she goes to like turn around and let you like walk in like the hallway to come to her living room, and she just goes to yell out, "Trax, Shan's about to be back. Get out the good cups." Um, and I think that you guys have a little moment where you kind of like all four of you kind of chit chat. Trax looks to be doing a lot better than the last time you saw her. She seems still a bit skittish and a lot more quiet than she used to be, because she used to have this really bombastic personality. But she seems able to engage with you a lot more and looks a lot less kind of like neurotic.
Man.
And they're just kind of chit-chatting at you about how like, oh, like Javi was out, blah 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 blah, this is that and the other. But before we get too far into those conversations, I'm gonna check in on these two punk asses out at the body mod shop, sitting in a sanitized leather chair somewhere, staring at a ceiling.
Judge, like, kind of just post after getting the new piercings in, looks to Ken and is just like, how they look? I can't really see my own nose.
Ken takes a picture with her eyeballs and sends it to Judge.
Oh, sick. Oh, damn, I look fucking good.
Yeah,
Hell
you look
yeah.
fine.
Oh, what are you thinking of getting?
What if I got a tattoo?
That would be sick. That would be pretty fucking sick.
And arms crossed, staring. I got new lungs installed in me. It can't hurt that bad.
Yeah, I think a tattoo is gonna be a much lower pain threshold to new lungs.
Honestly, real. Yeah.
Ugh. I think kind of like in this moment of a little bit like in between procedures, kind of winding down, Judge kind of sits back in her chair and just kind of looks over to Ken and goes, "You know, I enjoy being out on missions so much that I forget how nice it is just to have a chill place to come to. Every time I leave, I enjoy coming back here."
She like takes a second and she says, I don't disagree. It's nice to have a moment to yourself. I will say that we should be careful talking about it because we're going to find out the person who put piercings in you poisoned it or something awful.
Fair.
We are
Yeah.
called Misfortune Crew for a reason.
True. But eventually that luck's gotta turn around.
Eventually it should. That
Eventually.
or we go to the edges of space and find a place nobody knows us. I think that would be nice.
You wanna go run away to the farthest reaches of space? Is that the Ken retirement plan?
Well, I say that there wouldn't be. Oh God, I can't call it internet.
Infosphere.
Infosphere. There wouldn't be an infosphere for me to latch on to. So
So maybe not farthest reaches of space.
maybe somewhere far-ish.
Far enough to be an annoyance for anyone to come and get us.
Maybe somewhere. Oh, there's a planet on a sun. Maybe go there.
Yeah, sure. Let's go. Let's go to the planet on the sun. That'd be pretty epic, pretty sick.
I think it would be a good deterrent to my enemies. Our enemies. We have a lot.
Oh, we're getting a lot. That's for certain.
They're not going away either.
I mean, if we kick their asses enough, hopefully they'll leave us alone.
I mean, maybe. That's possible.
See, you gotta think of it from the point of view of what we are. We are comparatively we are badasses to a lot of these people who hate us.
She kind of like thinks for a second, and she's like going through everybody we've fought. She's like, "You're right. Sinjin is a little bit of a coward. My sister is just money. She could get better, I think. But also just a lot of mercenaries.
A lot of mercenaries, a lot of Edge Corp squares. I think I think anyone else that tries to deal with us is gonna have to deal with the fact that we're pretty fucking awesome. Judge like stretches back and like props her feet up.
I think Ken is gonna go to the tattoo artist as like a thing, and she's gonna like plan out a tat.
Yeah.
I'll send it to Molly because Judge would be able to know and hear in on it. The other two have to shoot shit and wait.
Yeah. I have the picture also, so it's hush hush.
Hush hush.
Wet duck slapping noises as I run across the hall. But yeah, I like the image of like Ken and Judge talking about like a dream house idea for like, oh, what if we just like get ran out of like this part of space? What's your dream apartment look like, bestie? And they just start talking about it.
That is so good. One bit that Judge would do, like as like Ken is getting the tattoo planned out, basically kind of looking at it, says, "That's good. I like that. I mean, you should. Just saying, that would make a pretty sick tramp stamp."
Ken just like looked for a second, and she puts a hand on Judge's shoulder, and she says, "It is for my son."
How am I supposed to know that? How am I supposed to know that?
Do you not know the deep lore?
No.
The origin story. You have mentioned it.
I have mentioned it. I'll send it in DMs. But Ken would explain again because I like to imagine this happened.
Judge just rolls her eyes and says, "All right, fine. Sentimental tattoos, sure."
On the topic of this tattoo, I think that there's a technical like price for a tattoo, but since it's like aesthetic, I'm sure I've mentioned this to you guys before, but I'll mention it on recording just in case. Anything that is just you are changing yourself aesthetically, that doesn't have any mechanical like change like to you, I have just been letting people do for free. That's different if you're like, I need 5 million surgeries to make me look like a different person. Like people are going to always like be able to tell that it's you.
Nice.
Unless you spend real money. But like you can definitely do this and I won't charge you, is what I'm getting at.
Sick.
Hell yeah. So you get this tattoo. It definitely does not hurt as bad as the healing from the lung augment. Because like the thing about it is that were you probably under for that? Sure. But like, and you were probably healed afterwards, sure. But like that doesn't mean there wasn't any pain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I personally like whenever people do the world building of like if you get injured and you get healed, sometimes it's still sore or your brain still felt it, that sort of thing. I just think that it makes sense. So this is definitely like very doable. Um, it's like not comfortable, but it's not that painful.
Nice.
Yeah, it's kind of like whenever you take a syringe serum of healing,
Ooh, can I say one last thing Judge does before we head back to Rico's?
I would love to hear it, but then I would probably actually cut to the other two to see if they want to have a fun
Oh, yeah.
conversation as well.
It is just a quick thing. I think Judge heads to like some sort of like she's probably been to this type of store before, but some sort of like medical supply store. She's gonna go get a new compression shirt because she's been going through some real bad back pain.
Real.
Yeah.
Feel free to do so.
Yep, that is just one little thing as probably on their way back.
Yeah, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Awesome. And we come back to Bug and Odessa, and you guys are having a little kiki, kind of like hanging out. And it's fun. Tarika seems legitimately really excited to see you guys and is asking you guys a lot of details. Shan told her some stuff, but she's asking you like questions that are a little awkward to answer because you guys were there when her daughter was in a lot of danger. But like it's nosy mom questions, and that's kind of like punctuated by like her checking her like phone a lot. Does that make sense? But I just wanted to give you guys the floor on if there's anything in particular you thought you would say to each other, to Tarika, or if you want everybody to meet up again.
I don't have anything specific. I feel like in general, Bug is letting Odessa do most of the talking for Rika's questions.
The captain is the one who's good at talking.
Odessa, for her part, is trying to answer all of Rika's questions the best she is able
Hello?
to.
Oh, hello.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I'm gonna pause. Oh my gosh. But go back ahead, Mackenzie.
I was just saying that Odessa, for her part, is doing the best she can to answer all of Rika's questions. Even if they are a bit awkward, she's just trying to answer them. I actually think that she would, I don't think it's like the first thing that she asks. Like, I think she kind of like, lets Rika ask questions all she wants, and then at some point kind of like weaves in, like, oh, earlier you said Javi was out. What's he up to?
Yeah, I haven't been wanting to, rush any of his decisions. He's just been kind of staying in the spare room here with me and Trax. But he actually wanted to go and talk to some Starfinders today, see if that's something he might want to look into. I worry about either of them jumping back into the workforce, but he's been a little bit restless. Can't really blame him.
He gets it from me, I'm sorry. Yeah, I really hope it works out well for him. We talked a little bit about it a while ago, but I'm excited for him.
I am too. Like I said, I don't want him to rush any decisions, but I hope that he finds, something that makes him happy. I think that's what's the most important,
I agree. I wouldn't want him to rush into anything, but I think he is giving it serious consideration. Much as we might want to Both of our babies are all grown up. We can't just worry over them all the time.
Well, this is an awkward time to tell me that now. You did have to save my baby from assassination attempts.
Well,
I
I'm
get it.
talking in the more general sense. That is an outlier.
That's fair.
In that case, please do worry about your child.
I'm a worrier. What can I say? You know when you don't
Probably a
when you
good
don't
thing you were in this case.
well, you know when you don't get to split the worry in with two people, it just means you worry twice as much.
Yeah.
Yeah, real. Single moms in the house.
What about you, Trax? Have you gave any thought to anything?
Well, you know, I'd have to do landlocked work if I wanted to.
Bless you, Bug.
Bless you.
They're
have
sick.
to do. There's a bug. They got a bug. No. The sending bug.
Just the maladies, it'll pass.
We like to have fun around here. Anyways, Trax is trying to say that she'd have to do landlocked work for a while to get like a ship again. Like obviously there's like ways to get work on a ship that's not the captain, but I kind of picked my last job field because I didn't really like all the hierarchy that a lot of ship style jobs make you have. You know.
I get that. It's hard to find a good crew that meshes well like that.
Mhm. Yeah. But it's been fun getting to see Rika. I feel like it's been years since we've been able to consistently see each other. And you see that Tarika goes to kind of like put an arm around Trax and goes to like gently shake her back and forth, you know what I mean, as like a show of affection.
I'll
I'll
I'm
figure
glad
it
that
out.
there was a. Yeah.
Sorry, what were you gonna say?
I think she was just going to say that she's glad that there was some sort of silver lining to all of this.
I think she kind of just nods at that, and then I think she goes to take a sip of her tea. And I think there's a little lull in the conversation, but I think that is like fair, because the situation is still kind of fresh for her, I think. Sorry
Yeah.
for the bad vibes.
No, it's okay. I think other than that, I'm fine with waiting until the others get here.
I think as a vocalizing some character introspection, I do think hearing Odessa and Rika talk about worrying about their kids makes Bug think about their parents.
That's real. You haven't seen them in a long time. Probably not since before the incident.
Yup.
Bug. Oh.
Don't worry, we can put a pin in that and we can talk about that later. I can pull bitches in whenever we want to, baby. I love free pain. But yeah, you guys end up kind of like having that conversation. Bug having that little kind of quiet moment to themselves. By the time that Judge and Ken roll up to the house, also getting buzzed in, as Rika practically vaults off of the place that she's sitting to go answer the door. Obviously excited to see you guys, but goes to like kind of like crane around in like the, you know, the lower halves of your body, trying to see another small Bruneri with you. But pulls you guys in and says, come in, come in. Well, hold on a minute. Do we have a movie star here with us? What's all of this then? And she goes to kind of like hinge where like some of your hip must be showing because of the midriff.
She's calling you a slut.
It's like if it bears in a way that she's like she's never had anyone like parent her or anything like that.
Yeah.
But like the way that for the first time in her life she's like, stop, you're embarrassing.
Oh, what? This is embarrassing. You're the one who did all this. Oh my gosh. Looks nice.
Thank you. She kind of like pulls her jacket in a little. I just wanted to change things up.
Yeah, after surviving almost drowning a couple times, I would too. And she goes to kind of usher Ken and Nico, kind of like gently pushing, like, I want to say like behind Ken's leg and then like Nico's shoulder. You know what I mean? Just kind of like guiding them in to take a seat. We are now in the part where people are no longer sitting on traditional things to sit on. You know what I mean?
Judge is sitting on a very low table.
Nice.
You're gonna break that table, you fucking bitch. Ken's sitting on the floor.
Nice. Floor
The
time's very
floor.
good.
The floor. I like to imagine Bug has been sitting on the floor.
Floor time is so good. I understand. Oh, sorry. Go ahead if you were gonna say something, Molly.
Oh no, I was just clearing my throat.
Do it again.
But yeah, you guys kind of like reconvene. And you guys are given the same sort of hospitality that Rika has showed you before. There's not food this time on account of sudden guests. But there is tea, and she's chatting you guys up and talking to you. Obviously showing a lot of interest that you guys are back and hale and hearty. Mostly it would be waiting for Shan to show up, but if there's anything in particular that like Ken or Judge you want to say to Rika or to the other two, or if anybody wants to have conversation, like feel free to use this moment to do that.
I think Judge would just kind of ask Rika how that basically just like hope Judge hopes that the wait wasn't too bad, you know, given the job they were working.
Yeah. I think that she kind of like laughs and brushes it off, but I think that she like says something that's just like, oh, you wouldn't have been able to be fast enough to keep me from worrying. So all that matters is that you did it.
You got one hell of a kid. Was did some pretty impressive stuff out there.
I heard I'm really proud of her. She's always been a fighter in a way that I wasn't. And you know, that doesn't have anything to do with picking up a weapon or how strong you are. She's never been the one to stand by and let something happen when she can do something about it.
Damn right.
You have a wonderful daughter.
I think she looks like she's about to cry. I'm so sorry.
No!
Mom time. She loves her daughter.
Woe be
Um,
upon ye, I stick my son on her.
She would squeeze the life out of Nico if Nico went to hug her. And I think that she goes to kind of like wipe at her little muzzle and says, and don't think I don't know how much you helped her. That's also pretty amazing for a bunch of nobodies. But it's okay, because, you know, one nobody in a group is a bunch of somebodies.
That is the most fit descriptor for this group. So you got it right there.
I think this is actually when a last knock kind of is on the door as somebody's buzzed in. And this is kind of a moment that has like a lot of energy to it, because you see Rika go to get the door and go to pull her daughter into this crushing hug, but you see that standing actually with her is another familiar face. As Odessa, you see Javi goes to come in, kind of rubbing Rika's back a little bit before coming over specifically to see you and give you a big hug. As far as this moment between Rika and Shan, you can kind of hear muttering and this like low chittering noise between the both of them, but neither of you can kind of pick up what's being said. But the thing that you can tell the most is happening is that they are just holding each other and just like nuzzling their like faces against each other, like they can't really bring themselves to stop. And both of them are small because both of them are Brinari, but I think that this also puts into perspective how much smaller Shan is to Tarika. Because of how young she is, and I don't know. I like them.
Little.
They're little, and they're really happy to see each other. And Odessa, you are being given a bear hug as we speak, lifted off of the ground.
Aww.
She is hugging him back, and she goes to pat his back and says, "You're going to crush me to death just when I got to see you again."
Oh, and what, 5 million tons of the ocean didn't do it first? I think you'll be alright. And he, like, shakes you a little bit. Are you wearing your new outfit?
I am.
I think that the thing that stands out the most to him is your new ability crystal. And I think that he kind of like looks at it, and he looks at it with surprise, and he just says, "I didn't know you were ever the type for augments."
I'm not. Long story.
Well, I'm sure we'll have time to hear it later. But it's nice to see you guys too. And he goes to wave to the rest of you, who are not his mom.
Wave, wave.
And Javi's gonna kind of whisper, like stage whisper to the group over here, and it's just like, it's crazy how similar Shan and Tarika look.
Javi, I'm a little bit worried to comment on that.
You can't say that,
Javi,
man.
what did I say about saying this about, like, you did this to Ken too?
Listen.
Just because they're both Brinari doesn't mean anything. Do I have to teach
they
you some
have
manners
the
again?
same eyes, God. You see him like
Perhaps.
stop himself
Wow.
from like cussing
Strange.
in front of you.
In front of your own mother.
I
What
went
did
to
you
go.
say about me?
Ooh. Judge is looking at him like,
Anyways, I went to go up to talk to her because I thought I saw Rika when I was out, and we were gonna walk back together. But I was just surprised to see that you guys were back. Is all. This is where I stage whisper that Javi and Shan did not know each other despite showing
Yeah.
up together.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
actually,
yeah, I was thinking
Yeah.
that. I was thinking that. I was
Don't
like,
worry, I thought about it and I thought it was really funny. But now you call him
I ju-
racist.
no, this man is immediately gonna speak up and just be. Did you call her Rika?
I didn't call her Rika. I went up to her like I knew her. And then we got to talking, and then I realized I recognized her from all of the pictures her mom shows me of her all the time.
I'm so embarrassed.
This is so embarrassing. This is so
Judge
realistic to real
is-
life. Hurt.
Uh-huh.
Judge is belly laughing. This is awesome.
She was fine with it. Why are you offended for her?
Well, the thing is that she's kind of like her mom in the way that she's very amenable, but it's very fun to be mean.
Yeah, yeah,
It
okay.
is kind of easy to pick on you and have
Alright.
some fun, Javi.
Yuck it up, it's fine. We're all having fun
do not, yeah.
here.
Oh, having so much fun. We're just allowed to say anything now.
Just don't- it's not- not-
You better watch your image, Mr. Starfinder.
I'll have you know that the talks went really well. And since you want to clown on me so much, I guess I can tell you what we were going to say to you. And then by that time, Shan and Rika kind of come back up to the conversation. Both of them a little misty-eyed, both of them still hugging each other, but going to kind of like sit down in this semicircle around this like worn old coffee table. As Shan goes to kind of wipe her face and says, yeah, we, we ran into each other outside of the spire, and when I was sharing the stuff about what we had found with the Xeno Wardens, and the Starfinders, they actually, were really grateful to, hear what we had done. I had made sure to, mention y'all's names, and I was told to tell you that, well, I don't think it's any official thing, but basically, it'll be a bit easier if you ever have to go talk to them about anything. The way that they worded it was that they were offering a certain amount of prestige on your names for it.
Oh,
Yeah. I was talking to Javi, since he's your son, that could end up being really good for him too.
Yeah. Oh, that's wonderful news.
Getting our name out there in a good way for once is actually pretty awesome.
I know, I'm not used to this.
Tarika goes to laugh and say, I mean, I've always said it, connections are what gets you anything, so that's really good news, honestly, for everyone here. And she goes to kind of like go to pet Shan's head. She has not stopped having hands on her daughter since she saw her again, which I think is fair, makes sense.
fair.
Speaking of y'all's name and official business,
Oh hell yeah.
we can spend a little bit more time here, but when we have a chance, Shan, honey, maybe you and Javi and Trax can go out to the arcade for a little bit so I can talk work with everybody.
I want to go to the arcade.
We can go.
Bug,
We
we
can
can
go to the
go
arcade
together
after.
later.
I would offer to say we could talk about the details at the arcade, but I think we should keep some of these a little hush hush.
Yeah, a little secret.
And if you get my meaning.
I will wait.
Okay. With that, then I think that Tarika spends a little bit of time with everybody talking before kind of giving Shan a really tight hug. And in a way that shows that they're kind of familiar, Trax goes to hold Shan's hand to talk as they walk, with Javi kind of like trailing behind them a little bit when he turns to kind of give you guys a wave. But then also anybody who looks at him for too long, he makes a little like a a neck slash motion because of how you guys were talking on him.
Judge innocently puts her hands up like, I'm not saying anything.
Odessa blows him a kiss.
He pantomimes like he got hit. He's like, oh. You know what I mean?
Ugh.
Yeah.
Thank you. He's really goofy and I like him. But yeah, I'm gonna pause really quick. I have to take a bio break again.
I hope it's cool.
I think it's really cool. I think this is a really cool job, if I say so myself. Okay. So after the kids essentially are sent to go entertain themselves, Tarika comes back into her house and kind of like flops back onto the couch and says, okay, well now it's time to talk business. I mean what I said. I appreciate what you did for me. And it would be really nice to sit back and take it easy and kind of enjoy this, but I mentioned that I got my hands on some data. Back whenever you guys were on the Horseye orbital plate, liberating ownership of Misfortune, I ended up poking my nose in some places and finding a little bit of a bit of a cache of information. It's taken me a while to kind of parse through it, and I wanted to wait till a good time to tell you about it. If anything, this is my way of having a reward for this favor you've done. And it's big. And she goes to kind of like plop down a USB drive on the table and says, it talks about the original reason why Edge was making the Oliphant, the class of ship that the Misfortune is. And it's meant to replace a certain type of ship called a Windfall, most notably used as commerce barges for the Callistocracy. They pay the company to build them, specifically over on Avalon. When you were there, you probably saw one or two of them. And they have a reputation of being loaded with serious treasure. Like, we're talking retire to your own private moon money. And the Callistocracy's been doing its best to keep the route secret, but piracy has gone up recently, which is the whole reason why the Oliphant class ship was even invented. A defensible ship that looked smaller than its cargo could hold, meaning it wouldn't be targeted by warships. And now we don't have anything like that, but I have the security data contained in that module. With that, an enterprising individual such as myself could very easily create credentials for a small team of like-minded folk, such as y'all, and give you a chance to slip on the ship, redirect its course, and take it. And then we all wouldn't have to do a job like this ever again.
Wow. Oh, this. Oh, so you weren't joking when you said you had something big,
No, I wasn't.
huh?
So we're talking about stealing a Callistocrat's ship?
Well, we would leave the ship wherever we liberated it or send it back, however you want to. No, we would be taking the treasure.
Hmm. Is this
Can-
treasure from a specific Callistocrat?
So, I have information on that as well. So, 1 second.
I'm just a side-eyeing kid.
She looks sick. Ken, who knows the deep lore about Callistocrats that nobody else knows. Ugh.
Sorry, I'm reading the thing really quick.
Read.
I'm reading. Sorry, this is easily 3 pages worth of information.
No, you're so
Nah,
good.
take your time.
This sounds like a big fucking deal.
Yeah.
I kind of really hope it's your sister.
God,
I
that'd
kind
be
of
the
really hope we
funniest-
steal
That
from
would be
your
the funniest
sister.
shit.
The way that Ken would just immediately vomit.
She would say it didn't have a particular name or subsidiary of a company attached to it besides the manufacturers being Edge. So to me, what that means is that it is either a group of people, or maybe the contents change, but this cross-referenced with how people talk about these windfalls. It's not just goods you would put up in a storefront. These are like the kinds of items that would make or break a fortune.
Damn. This one's you've really brought us a pretty insane one.
Maybe it's just showing how desperate I am.
I, for one, am very excited about this.
I
This is
mean,
something huge to get your hands on, Rika.
I was
This is huge for all of us.
I was surprised when I got it. I thought it would just be, a bit more information on the misfortune, or it could be, something small I could sell on the side, even just having a bit more insight into how Edge works, right?
man.
It hasn't really been easy making ends meet. every little while we have to go out and do it again, and you're constantly in danger, and I just feel like a lot of stuff has been on the line, and if I could wash my hands of it, I would. Not of y'all, of course, but I mean, I'm not gonna send Shan out to work terraforming anymore, at least not for a little bit, and I got Trax and Javi now, and you guys deserve a real break compared to the people who get the luxury to not have to work themselves to the bone.
The judge kind of looks to the rest of the crew. Is this something we want to do? I mean, this is my this is smuggling and stealing. This is my old stomping ground. At this point, this is the most comfortable I've ever been with the prospect of a job so far.
It's funny because this job concept is bringing back a memory of talking to a certain drow man and how that job was supposed to be the last job that we ever took, but I have a much better feeling about this job because it's you, Rika.
Oh, thank
And
you.
unlike that guy, we know where Rika lives, so
Exactly. If I was gonna pull one over on you, I'm just the smallest Brenary on this whole station. You know?
you
You've
wouldn't.
had plenty of times to double cross us already. We've been dependent on you.
And you wouldn't do it while we're literally sitting in your living room.
Now listen, right? Not turning on you and killing you. The bar might be on the ground, but knowing I have y'all's trust, that means a lot. It's a premium currency, you know?
Ken, Bug, how are you feeling about this?
About stealing from under the noses of EdgeCorp and their collaborators.
Yes.
They get the big uncanny smile. I've never felt better.
Damn right.
You've been kind of quiet, Ken.
Sorry, I've been kind of quiet. Citation needed because Ken would also be quiet, but also I've been thinking.
Mm-hmm.
I also had to check a bunch of texts. Checks my notes. This is not looking good for Kennifer. She kind of takes a second. And she says, whenever we stole the Oliphant, my sister sent me a text that she said without this she would be nothing. Hearing this makes me realize why and how really in her world she does think she's right. Calistocrats really do think they have nothing without money, and it's for a good reason. I'm sorry. I'll do the job. I have a question for it grabs Molly and Sarah. Hey, do you know the deep lore about Calistocrats?
It has been told to me, so I remember some of it.
I remember some of it as well.
They get buried with their money. If they don't have
Yeah.
money, they basically don't go to heaven.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the more they have, the better it is.
Being broke
So-
is literally like going to hell.
Ken knows why they need so much money. They aren't living with it, they're dying with it. Haha.
I am terribly sorry to Ken. Bug is gonna say something that might be a bit inconsiderate.
Nah, go off.
I'm
I don't give a
excited.
shit. I need to give a citation. Me, Ash, this fucks. Ken is just sad.
Ken's just a sad girl. I
Mhm.
get it. I'm very excited to hear what Bug has to say, though.
I feel like hearing all that, Bug just gives like a kind of a nonchalant shrug. Says she'll have other ways of making money.
I mean, think about it this way. The kind of money these people have, what's one boat? What's one shipment to them? It's a drop in the sea. It's the kind of money that would change our lives, but it would just make them upset for what, a month?
It would make the parents upset, but you need to remember my family disowned me for doing one crime and getting caught.
Oh no. Bug is gonna like look at Ken and kind of give her like a once over and shrug again and say, I'd say you were a bit better for it.
What's your AC?
I think both are 17 right now. Yeah.
Well, this isn't gonna go well for Ken. What is the quick tab? Hey God,
Yeah, what's up?
can I punch Bug?
If you roll for
We're
it,
gonna
you
punch
sure can
Peggy.
try. I don't think I'm gonna say because it is so sudden, I'm not even gonna give people like a reaction to try to get between y'all yet. We're just gonna see if this first punch hits, and then we'll see if we have to separate you guys.
I was wondering why the fuck it wasn't showing up. I literally unequipped my punch ability.
That's so funny.
Oh, probably because I was just like, I don't fucking need this. Nope, 18.
No, that beats
That
it.
hits.
Whippy!
Roll your damage.
Hit me.
9.
Yeah.
That's,
Okay,
that's
hold on.
like max.
Hold on. Okay, Ash, I need you to walk me through what this looks like, you reaching out and just punching Bug. Because you hit
I
hard.
think that, like, I think Ken, like, is gripping at her, like, legs for a second. And I don't think she just kind of, like, reaches over, and I don't think it's like a punch. I think it's like a classic flailing punch as she kind of, like, uses her arm like a hammer on Bug's, like, neck shoulder situation. And she just says, "Shut up. You don't know what we went through."
Okay. We don't gotta resort to hitting each other and punching each other in the neck. Okay. Like doing the bare minimum of like the diffusing the situation, just kind of like hands out to both of them, like all right.
I think whenever Ken punches them, they make like a sound of like, oh fuck, like ouch.
Yeah.
And they kind of like have their hand over where she punched.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise they are just staring at her. Best way I could describe the expression would be like disbelief.
Yeah, that's fair. I think Tarika also looks startled, sad, a little scared, right? Not like she's worried for herself, but I think she's also like, hey,
This is
Ken,
my house.
I'm not gonna ask you to do a job you don't want to do, Ken. If you wanna sit out, or I can queue up some other jobs for you all instead. We don't have to do anything with this, really.
And I'm certain if need be we can, if you want time, that we can talk about this as a group. I kind of looking at Rika. I imagine we don't have to take on this job this exact moment, right?
It's the reason why I said it was just a drop in the ocean is it's not a one-time thing. Windfalls leave the Horse-Eye Orbital Plate every month. The next one's in a week, but if you need time, we can catch the one next month or a couple months from now. Just, no one knows we even have a plan, so I mean, it's not like it's gonna change.
I'm the only one who can make sure that it doesn't lead back to her or that it's not her. I'll go, and if it is her things, I'll try to fix it to be somebody else's problem. I owe her that much.
For sure. And like Rika said, we're not gonna make you do a job you don't want to do. So at any point you want to bail out, that'll be fine.
I'll go.
Judge kind of looks to Rika, and then back to like a Bug and Odessa, and it's just like, okay, well, with that, I guess that's everyone. Anyone else have any thoughts on it?
Bug is not looking at anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair.
I think all that's left is working out when we'll hit one.
I I had a plan I wanted to tell you guys about. I thought it sounded like it had a lot of merit. I can walk you through it, and then you can decide if you want time to get ready.
I think that'd be a good idea.
Okay. She goes to kind of sit down uneasily and kind of pulls out her stuff. And she says, they leave from the Horse-Eye Orbital Plate the same place, but a different part of the station from when you liberated the Misfortune. I would be giving you sort of fake paperwork again. Do a little work scrubbing. You would go in with my sort of direction, and you do the same thing you did last time, but instead of flying the ship off, I was thinking that would mean that there was too likely of a chance that they'd be able to call for help. So I was gonna say that if you stow on the ship and wait about a day or two into drift, you could potentially incapacitate the crew. Windfalls are automated. There would be a minimum of 2, but a maximum of 3 or 4. Probably mercs. Maybe people meant to defend the ship. But if you knocked them out, you'd be able to fly the Windfall to a place a bit more isolated. I was gonna offer, I know a little corner of the diaspora. If you're okay with it, I could take the Misfortune and wait for you over there, and then I could sort of help you move everything, and then we just leave. No fingerprints, no names, no nothing.
It sounds as clean as a job can be.
Thank you. I've had a little bit of time to really chew on it.
Okay. Judge is thinking for a second, and she's kind of going into smuggler brain mode.
Mm-hmm.
So, if we're gonna be meeting elsewhere with you taking the misfortune, not that I do not trust your prowess or anything like that, we should have a backup plan just in case we do not get that meeting spot, because at the end of the day, if we can't meet with you or we cannot get this cargo offloaded, we are then stuck with a even bigger target on our back than the Oliphant was.
I think that a secondary meetup just in case is a good idea. Do you have a place in the Pact Worlds you feel comfortable taking it to if I'm not where I say I am in the diaspora?
Judge
Any
thinks
idea?
for a minute. Judge doesn't have an answer yet, but she's kind of mentally going through the map in her mind.
It would need to be somewhere a little out of the way, I think.
I'll come back to you on that one. I'll see what I can scrounge up. Go through some of my old maps.
Okay, that's definitely fine. It's something that's it's nice, but you know you have time to think on it.
Okay.
Akuten is a great starting planet if we need one. It's just a great big dying wasteland.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it, but yeah,
People use Akuten all the time for shit like this.
that is true. We would have to be careful where we're kind of parked up because we don't want to become the next a target for anyone.
Definitely. I'm sure we could find someplace out of the way that's not near any of the more major cities.
Okay, we'll say Akiton as a good secondary meetup if the diaspora is not going to work. Because worst comes to worst, we can at least probably bury some of the treasure on Akiton and just, dump that ship somewhere. And we got options. Okay. I like this plan. I like this plan a lot.
Awesome. Then at this point you can kind of take your time getting ready to go. Since you would be leaving the misfortune with me, you would probably be using a shuttle to get over to Avalon, same as last time. Like I said, I'll get your papers sorted out. If you want to take the extra time and hit it on a later month, you can. The next one's in about a week. And the flight to Avalon would be about 6 days. So if we wanted to catch the next one, the decision would have to be kind of fast, but we can take a later one. And in the meantime, if you want, I can try and hook you up with some easier jobs, get some credits in your pocket, get you ready. Whatever you guys need me to do.
Ken is going to look at Odessa and she's going to say, "You need to get Callistocratic clothing. I'll help you get it. Nobody's going to take you seriously unless you have any on you."
That's a good idea for planning to hide aboard one, or even if not, it's a good idea to have something like that on hand.
Yeah, just in case, I think. If you're lucky, they shouldn't see you until you pounce on them, but, if you have to interact with them, it's not a bad idea, I don't think. There,
That's all
from
I
what
would
I
say.
can. Sorry, go ahead.
That's all I would say. Go ahead.
Um, Rika would just kind of shuffle and say, from what my info told me, though, there shouldn't be any of the actual Calistocrats or business owners or investors or whoever owns the cargo. None of them should be on there. It's mostly just a delivery job. People working there will be about the same as y'all.
Okay.
I
Okay.
guess just keep
No.
that in mind if it comes to blows. If you know, you can't help it in a firefight, but it's not their fault they picked the job we're gonna bust, you know.
Yeah, we'll try our best to not leave any more damage than we found. How do we feel about doing this month's cargo, or do we want to wait till next one?
We can go
Uh,
as soon as possible if you're all willing.
Bug?
I think they just nod their head in agreement.
Alright.
Okay. If that's the case, you got about a day to get stuff situated and get a new loadout if you guys want. Rest up, and then I'll have your papers by 1200, and we'll get you on that shuttle.
All right. Time to get some new armor.
Real.
If you guys want me as God, you guys can leave and go ahead and get started with shopping. Before you do, though, I actually think that Tarika would say something before you guys leave.
Hit me.
I actually think that she would put a hand on Ken's elbow to make her hold back a little bit. And I think she's going to kind of look up at you and say, Ken, I'm sorry. I thought with what I knew of your background, this would be more vindication, or that you wouldn't mind sticking it to the kind of people that booted you out, but I guess I know how powerful family can be. I just didn't realize you still felt so strongly about it. I shouldn't have brought it to you like that.
There are two people in my life as a Calistocrat who kept me safe. All of the Calistocrats, we were all just orphans or people in a bad place. All of us were adopted and made to believe that this was the only life we could live, otherwise we'd just be back out on the streets. I'm not saying that all Calistocrats are good, but I think that... How do I say this? I think that Aline and Laksh are good people. Through and through.
I think that Tarika kind of nods and gives a bit of like a watery laugh, and she says, I mean, I'm not surprised. Look at what I'm willing to do to not have to worry about putting food on the table. Sometimes when you grow up without, the only thing that makes you feel secure is, well, having as much as you can. But I just hope that it's easy on you. I like to think that this job isn't as bad as some other things.
It isn't. I promise I don't take this personally.
Okay.
I don't like a lot of other Callistocrats too. It's fine.
Well, still, I don't like seeing any of you upset.
Thank you.
And I think that she lets her hand fall. And then unless anybody else wants to say anything to her, or wait to say anything to Shan or Javi, then you guys can go and do shopping.
Judge has nothing she wants to add.
I would like to track down my son, actually.
Yeah, you can definitely like wait for him to like come back, because I highly doubt it was like a go stay until the sun goes down. It's probably like give us an hour and then come back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he definitely rolls back around if you want to say anything to him.
I think the first thing that she'll say is, "Are you really truly set on being a Starfinder? That's what you really want?"
Mama, that's a really heavy question.
I know, but Rika was worried about you, and it got me thinking.
I mean, I'm kind of just looking at stuff right now. I mean, it sounds nice. I haven't really gotten to be as worldly as you have, you know. I like what they stand for, and from what I can glean when I talk about it, you know, the recruiter I talked to said it didn't seem like it would be an issue.
Mm-hmm.
So it's an option, at least. Been trying to talk Trax into maybe looking into it, but she doesn't seem interested in getting back into the swing of things just yet. I feel
That's fair.
a little,
You both went through a lot.
yeah. I just feel bad that I'm kind of bumming around Tarika's house.
Speaking of that, actually,
Mm-hmm.
I want you to answer me honestly, and please don't brush me off, because I'm not only asking for you. Do you think this would help Rika if I gave you credits?
That's a tough question. I still have a bit of savings. I was given discharge money when the stewards told me I didn't have to come back. It was supposed to go towards, you know, securing housing until I could get a new way to make money, but since Tarika was really firm in wanting me to stay with her, I have a good bit of it left still. I think we'll be okay if I'm honest. I don't think it'll last for very much longer if all three of me, Trax, and Shan don't really have a way to support ourselves. Tarika's been very kind, but she's doing a lot, and I feel bad. You know, we didn't really ever grow up with handouts. we're very pull ourselves up by our bootstraps. So
Yeah, and that's why when you see someone else struggling, you try to help them, you know?
yeah.
Anyway, take this. And she holds out a cred stick.
I need you to roll me right now. What's it called? Persuasion? Diplomacy?
Diplomacy?
There we go.
Javi, you fucking fool. Your mother's so good at diplomacy. Oh, that's a 19 on the die. Here we go.
Oh,
Here
fuck.
we fucking go, baby. That's a 19 plus 18 for 37.
Oh my Jesus Christ.
Fuck.
Uh,
Get fucked done.
he does not like this situation. But I think the thing about it is that you're doing it so casually and you understand where he's coming from, but also, like, you know, I mean, he was pretty honest a minute ago where he was like, yeah, right now I'm, like, fine and I can help out, but, like, I don't know how much longer this is going to last if, like, his severance pay and Rika's, like, being a fixer, you know what I mean, could support all four of them. So I think that he, like, looks like he doesn't want to take it, but he kind of just slowly reaches out and, like, holds it, and he kind of, like, looks down at it. How much do you want there to be on here?
I specifically don't want to tell Javi how much is on there, but it is 5,000 credits.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. Oh, I don't think you can tell by just looking at it. He would have to put it. He would have to. He would have to load it onto his. It's like gift cards, which is crazy. But he's gonna kind of like look at it and he's gonna hold it really delicately and kind of like close his hand around it and he's gonna say, I'm gonna start off with thank you because that's the polite thing to do.
I'm glad I raised you right. Continue.
But hopefully if I play my cards right the next time I see you, I'll be able to give you this cred stick with nothing taken off. And he kind of goes to look at you and says, I assume that this is the next time I see you situation.
Yeah, we're about to go do a job, but if all things go right, then we should come back soon. And this is partially for you, yes, but this is also to help out Rika and Shan and Trax, so don't hesitate to use that if you need to.
You got it, Captain. He's gonna give you a big old hug. Ah, son boy.
The
Okay.
sun man.
The sun.
And I
man.
don't buy anything because I have 6 credits.
Yeah, you do. That's all your fucking money.
Oh, that's awesome.
All right. Anyone else have any last things they want to do? Say bye. You could even look at things like augments. You have time.
I am shopping.
Okay.
Shopping.
How much would it cost to get my little spiders trained again?
That's right. It's like the difference between the price to buy it at that next level and the price it would have at this level. So I'm gonna check it really quick. It's an Alien Archive like 3 or something. Let me look. Every time I open Alien Archive 3, it always brings me to the exact same place because I only open it to check your empath nids. Fun fact. It's very funny. Okay, what level were they when you bought them? 5?
Sure.
Okay, Swag. So, to level them both up to 7, it would be about 2,400. Not each, the total. I added that together already.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. But it does mean that they would be able to act when you're unconscious and revive people, basically, which is very slay.
Oh, thank God.
Oh wait, yeah. Do they only need to get to level 6 to do that? Hold on, it could be cheaper than that. Give me a second. No, it's at 4th level. Oh wait, I think you bought these at the beginning of you coming in, because they only need to be 4th level. So never mind. Just spend 1,000 and we'll call it good. They're strong enough to do the venom.
I mean, I was just gonna let you fucking say whatever, because I don't remember when I got these guys.
I don't either, but I don't want to fuck you too bad. Don't
What?
worry, me injecting a spot where I'm like, hey, if you guys want to take more time to get more money for gear, sure. If you want to buy gear, sure, is real. I want to make sure you guys can get stuff. Except you, Odessa. I love you. That was very flavorful. I like that a lot. I'm gonna pause to go on a bio break again, and then I'll come back when we're all done shopping. Alright, we're back after our shopping trip. For everybody but Odessa. And I believe there are some conversations wanting to be had, yes?
If you would like to go first,
No.
Mackenzie, you can.
Go.
Don't.
Fair.
Okay. I guess this happens either during shopping or like just after. That Doug will find Ken, and I feel like Bug runs up and punches her in the face. No. I feel like they don't really know how to open a conversation like this, or like how to greet someone in this situation, so I feel like they just find wherever Ken is and either start walking with her or like standing next to her for a bit. Seeing if she's
chill.
open.
She'd be chill.
After a bit, they will ask. I do think they are standing at a distance. They are preparing for potential other punch. And they will just say, "What did you go through?"
Ken takes a second, and she would kind of look at Bug, and she would say, I don't even remember all of it because it's blocked out from my mind. I was an orphan in Absalom Station. I don't have any memories from before being a Callistocrat besides grapes.
Besides what?
Scrapes of memories.
Scrapes. Okay.
I was just disassociating the entire time. I'm only alive because of Nico.
I think Bug kind of has like their brow furrowed. Not like they're angry, but like they're trying to figure something out. And they're not really looking at Ken as they're having this conversation. that was when you were Callistocrat. Or
What?
when you were disowned.
Wait, what?
They are trying to ask if the memory blanks is because of when Ken was an Callistocrat, or if it was happened after she was disowned.
It's from before.
Before adoption, specifically.
Yes. I feel like I think after a second, Bug just kind of like looks at her, a bit determined, and says, "Can you help me understand?"
What I went through?
Why you punched me. I upset you. I want to understand why.
Because I love my sister. And if this hurts her, I won't forgive myself. I was worried you seemed to enjoy it.
I did not enjoy the concept of it hurting her because from where I am standing, it wouldn't.
I understand now. The problem is that my family have a very short leash. I was disowned for being caught in a crime. If Aline were to be caught slacking on this again after she lost the Oliphant, she would likely be disowned, I believe. She would have everything stripped from her, and she would have less than anything. And I don't know how that would break her, but I think it would hurt her. She would gain to lose everything, as well as somebody else who I care about. We were all just orphans.
I don't think I completely understand still, but I think I am starting to see. At the very least, it would hurt her, and you don't want her to be hurt. And you like her. And you're good. I am sorry.
You don't have to like her. But Alina's the only reason I survived being a Callistocrat at all. If Nico saved me when I was an orphan, Aline saved me whenever I was supposed to be a person.
I will certainly not promise to like her, but at the very least, I will respect.
You don't have to respect. You just can try to understand, I suppose. Though, there are certain things about Callistocrats that you don't know. that I think would help you understand, but I'm willing to take certain things to the grave. I'm sorry.
I think they shrug a bit at that. Might be other ways of learning. Thank you.
It's no
But also,
problem.
please do not punch me again. It really hurt.
How?
I thought I was the punchy one.
Ken kind of just looks at her fist.
You are stronger than you realize, Ken.
The power within.
Hammer arm. That's her wrench arm. She don't know it yet.
Okay.
Two
I think Bug
acoustics.
is 2 acoustics. I think Bug is satisfied with that.
Nice.
Okay. So mine was also pretty similar. which is why I had Bug go first, because there was an altercation between the both of you. And like I guess I could essentially walk through it, because really it's the beginning part that I think would be fun to talk out, and then we don't really have to like go through everything you just said again. But basically I think Odessa would, when she has a chance, like talk to Ken alone or go up to her and just say, "Hey, you know, I realized it now for a while that I've never really known how to connect with you fully. Different interests, everything, all that. And I know you didn't want to talk about it when it happened, but after we got the misfortune, I didn't know how to connect with you then either. And I think today I'm just realizing that I know too little about you, and I'd really like to know more. As the captain of the ship, I should really know things about my crew, but more than that, I care about you, and if me knowing more about you and where you came from will help in any way during this, then please tell me. You said that Bug didn't understand. We do want to understand you.
Oh man. I think Ken would kind of just ramble about her life as far as like she can remember it. I think she would just tell Odessa about herself.
Okay, yeah. Odessa is like raptly listening and taking everything. I don't know that she ends up saying a lot, but you can definitely tell that, like, she's interested, she's listening. And I think by the end of it, she kind of just gives you a nod. Ken, I want you to know that we're all here for you, and I'm here for you. And thank you for telling me that.
Thank you for caring. I know that Eileen is not a perfect person. I've lived with her for many years. I know she's not a perfect person. I also don't want everybody to think that I like Calistocrats suddenly. I just am worried about this affecting people I love.
You're allowed to have complicated feelings about Calistocrats and your family. And someone you care about. It's not easy to just announce something like that.
She still sends me happy birthday texts. And so does Locke.
Yeah. Because they care about you.
I know. And I have to show I care about them.
And because you told me, I'm going to do everything we can to make sure that however this ends up, it won't hurt them. I'll do everything I can.
Thank you, Captain. Odessa.
Just Odessa is fine, you goof. And hey, a single mom's gotta look out for each other, huh?
You're right. You're definitely right. As always.
Well, don't go making it sound like I'm right all the time.
Most of the time.
That is a very big honor. Thank you. But if you don't have anything else you want to say, I think Odessa is very satisfied with that also.
This means that we can talk about Kenlore Unlimited, because you said outright, I just talk about my life, which means now. All your
Then just,
secrets
yeah.
are out in the open.
All your secrets are gone.
For Odessa, at least.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's it.
she does not. If it makes anybody feel better, she really does not have secrets.
Odessa's scandalized. No, just kidding.
All right. And that's the case. If anybody else has any conversations they would like to say, yes. I heard somebody make a noise.
I don't hear anything.
Not
Oh,
me.
Maybe somebody sniffled.
I see. It could have been Sniffles. Multiple of us
I
here
wonder.
sniffle.
Oh shit, Sniffle Gang.
Sniffle gang. Awesome. If that's the case, then you guys kind of finish out your shopping. You get one last night of rest. So for people who aren't maxed up on HP, you can hit sleep one more time. And then the next morning, you will go and get your forged credentials to get back on the Horseye orbital plate as a throwback. For most of you, a throwback. As Bug, you were not here the last time that we did that. So this will be a bit new for you, but people here have been to this facility before and still remember it fairly well. It is now about to be 10. I could maybe push an extra like 30-40 minutes to get us a little bit into the thick of things, or we can stop it here and then start from the basically top of reaching the Horseye orbital plate next time.
I think here is a good stopping point.
We got a lot done today.
We did. Alrighty. And then just as a heads up, whenever you guys go on your shuttle, I will tell you how much that costs for everybody, because you do have to pay for the shuttle, unfortunately.
You hate us.
I'm sorry. And it takes about 5 days to get over there. So think about if you guys want to interact for those 5 days, if you guys have downtime you want to do on this shuttle. It's like I would kind of compare it to like an overnight train level quality and not like a cruise. You know what I mean? So you can like chill around and do stuff, but you're still like, it's public transit still.
I remember because I wanted we didn't get time to do it because back to back busy. I think for those 5 days, Judge is gonna meditate.
Ooh, that'll be fun. Gotta get in touch with yourself.
Yeah, she needs to have some self conversations with her weird body.
It's true. I think that this is a perfect time considering you're literally revisiting a previous chapter of your life as well. Not only in the location, but also in like heists, smuggling. You know.
Mhm. She's reliving a lot of old feelings.
Big agree. Big agree. All right. If anybody else has any ideas that they want to say right here, or they can think of them and message me afterwards.
I don't have anything at the moment.
Good fuck.
Just,
I'm also good for now.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and stop recording. Alrighty.
yeah.